Hi. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about another bill that's going through Congress right now. It's got a lot of people really concerned. The Enemy Expatriation Act. It's going through Congress right now. I think it's H.R. 3166. This basically redefines the requirements for which an American citizen could be stripped of their rights of citizenship. And before, the Expatriation Act kind of outlined obvious things like, can't have citizenship in another country, you can't serve another government of another country, things like that. And then in the end, it kind of loosely defines, anyone that declares like open war or like an open campaign against the United States government kind of thing. Should really look at the technical wording there, because it's really the important factor. But basically, the Expatriation Act is now including some language that says anybody that engages or supports hostilities against the United States. And a lot of people are concerned about this loose language here. Hostilities technically refers to anything that the laws of war apply to. Technically, we're the only armed conflict that I can think of right now that we're in is Afghanistan. As of middle of December, we've formally ended the war in Iraq. This bill's got a lot of people concerned because of things like the National Defense Authorization Act that recently went through. And there's some things that you need to really understand about how that bill works. The National Defense Authorization Act is like it's an annual thing. Like, we have to get approval every year to outline the military's authority, jurisdiction, so to speak. This year there was some language included that implied that American citizens could be picked up and detained, possibly denied due process, basic, citizenship rights here that we have in the United States. And this Enemy Expatriation Act, there's some things that you need to understand about it. It's not just going to strip. First of all, supporting means, material support, either through providing services, resources, money, weapons, things like that. It's not like criticizing the war in Iraq is going to get you, thrown in jail or anything like that. On top of that, before you can lose your rights as a citizen and be affected by the National Defense Authorization Act, even still if you're within the United States, it won't affect you, but to lose your rights to citizenship, there's a long formal court process. It's not like you're just going to be picked up in the middle of the night and nobody's ever going to hear from you again. This is a long formal process of stripping you of your citizenship. And I just think these kind of things are important for people to know, because even though the Defense Authorization Bill was amended to include language that said that this specifically does not affect current laws governing U.S. citizens or even anybody operating within the United States. So if you lose your citizenship, the NDAA still doesn't apply to you, as long as you're operating within the United States. Seems pretty logical to me. So, but I just think these are kind of things that, people need to be aware of, people need to understand before we go get all up in arms about, the country falling down around us, which it, certainly looks like it is. And, but still, we need to educate ourselves and be aware of the full consequences of these laws rather than just going on hype. Thank you very much.